Hey, liberal fruitcakes. Globalism. Let's talk about it. Now, the idea of globalism is good in principle. In practice, it's awful. So let's look at the definition, shall we? Globalism is the idea or belief in the interconnection and interdependence of countries via economics, trade, technology, politics, culture, or the environment. It focuses on the idea that problems and opportunities should be addressed at a global scale. Now, the main principles of globalism are free trade and open markets, global cooperation or allyships when it comes to security, health, and the climate. The idea of cultural exchanges, this would be cultural integration, and institutions on a global scale. The WHO, that's the World Health Organization, the United Nations, NATO, and the World Trade Organization. Now, why isn't it working? I can hear you guys typing, Trump! Nope. It's not working because countries are not the same. We are wildly different economically, socially, culturally, demographically, politically, and globalization undermines all of that, at least in part. Because economically, if we look country for country, there's nothing that really compares to the United States. I'm not talking the EU, the European Union. I'm talking country for country. Another problem it brings is needs for that country, supply chains. The United States is the largest consuming market in the world. So an over-reliance on other countries for goods and services can negatively impact that country, the United States, if something were to happen. COVID-19 is a great look. And politically, the political needs of the United States come first. Our politicians should be taking care of us first before anybody else. It's important to take care of other people, but we can't do that if we're not in a position of strength. And the political aspirations of a particular country matter more than the political aspirations of another country. Why? These countries like the EU are not the United States, and neither is the United States like the EU. Now, what's going on right now is mainly focused on tariffs. Why? Because globalism has failed free trade and open markets. And tariffs are a way of redeeming that. Now, my friends typing frantically on their keyboards, saying that all the numbers Trump showed were wrong. No, they weren't. You just didn't look at the entire picture. You just looked at tariff. You didn't look at trade deficit. That's part of that equation. And you're going to say, we're a larger economy. Of course there's going to be trade deficits between the United States and other countries. We purchase more from them than they purchase from us. Do you know why that is? Because there are policies and trade barriers put in place to prevent American goods from entering their country. China is a great example. They don't like any other country's products. That's not free, that's not fair. If you want a globalistic market, then the market has to have the same rules for everybody. So we're just applying the same rules. And with 70 other countries already coming to the table, we're in a fair spot right now. Why? Because we are not comparable to any other country. Now, a lot of people like to compare the United States to Switzerland. I hate this comparison. Because Switzerland has a population of 9 million. The United States has a population of 334 million people. That means Switzerland's population is smaller than New Jersey. And Switzerland has a GDP of $884 billion, while the United States has a GDP of about $27 trillion. Now, how do these compare? In both of those metrics, Switzerland equals 3% of what the United States is. Both of those metrics. We're not comparable. Now, another problem I struggle with globalism is that of culture. The idea that interconnected cultures, which is good, has led and pushed countries to lack of border security within their countries. And unfettered immigration. Unfettered immigration leads to destruction of cultures. The erosion of cultures. The erosion of what made those countries great in the first place. Western civilization and Western culture is fantastic. And unfettered immigration with people who do not align culturally has rocked the world. And if you don't think it's a problem, look at the #1 boy's name in the EU and the UK right now. Have a good day!